We all like to think we're in control of our lives, that we make our own decisions and have our own free will. Well, in this video, I will introduce Robert Kane's ideas about it. Now, here's the thing. Most of the time, we go through life on autopilot. Our actions are driven by habits or desires. We reach for that bag of chips because we're used to it. We scroll endlessly on our phones because it's become a daily habit. And we take the same route to work because it's the path we've always taken. These are not self-forming actions. They don't really make us stop and think. Instead, they're habits or desires taking the wheel. But every once in a while, we hit a bump in the road, a moment when we're faced with a real conflict, a choice that matters. Let's say exams are 3 months away. On one side, you really want to study hard and be prepared. That means staying disciplined, hitting the books and hitting the gym, eating healthy and getting good sleep. But come on, who wants to do that when you could just play some games, watch some reels, scroll some more on TikTok? Those things are fun, and they're easy. So, which will you choose? If you choose to study, well, that's an example of what philosopher Robert Kane calls a self-forming action. You see, in that moment, you're not just reacting, you're actively choosing. You're weighing the pros and cons, thinking about your long-term goals and what's important to you. Now, it doesn't matter if you ultimately choose to study or scroll on your phone, as long as you are deliberating and making decisions. Sometimes we know what we ought to do, but we don't do it. Other times we know we shouldn't do something, but we do it anyway. Like Kane says, the key is not the result, but the process of deliberating, of stopping, and actually thinking about what we're doing and why. That's where free will comes into play. In those moments of choice, we have the opportunity to mold ourselves, to become better versions of ourselves. If you choose to study, you reinforce the habit of being disciplined. So next time when you are facing a similar choice, studying will feel more natural because your previous choice made it a bit easier. But if you consistently choose the easy way, the fun distractions over the work, you'll reinforce a habit of procrastination. So the secret to harnessing free will, according to Kane, is in these moments of conflict, these moments when we have to stop and decide what we really want. Of course, life is full of these moments, big and small. We constantly face situations where we need to choose, from deciding what to eat to figuring out how to respond in a heated argument. Each choice matters. Every choice is a chance to build a better version of ourselves or to reinforce the habits we already have. Our everyday actions, shopping, exercising, even falling in love, are usually driven by habits or desires. They're not self-forming actions. Free will isn't about those moments. It's about those rare moments when desires clash with long-term goals, when we have to stop and decide between what feels good now and what's best for us in the long run. So here's to all of you who find themselves at those crossroads, who actively choose to shape their habits, who make decisions that align with their goals. You are the ones who are truly in control of your free will. But remember, free will isn't about never falling short or always making the right choices. It's about actually deliberating and making decisions. When we are making decisions, we perform self-forming actions during which our free will plays a role. And here's the deeper point, ultimate responsibility. Because every self-forming action shapes habits and character. We can't just blame chance or outside forces for who we are. Each tough choice we make adds up, and in the end, we carry the responsibility for the person we become. So if you enjoyed this video and want to explore more philosophical ideas, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. And as always, thanks for watching.